The title of today's presentation is Prescriptions for Success. The reason I wanted to title it this is we get a lot of questions, Landon and I, about how many applications should we apply and when should we apply it. And so I hope to address some of those in this presentation. Here's a little bit of an overview of what I'll go over. I'm not going to talk about every product and every crop, but I am kind of going all over the board to give you some good examples about how you can use our products. And I want to also remind everybody that aqua-yield technology is designed as a supplement to a regular fertility program. We're not meeting 100% of the grower's fertility needs, but we are allowing for reduced fertilizer needs and saving growers a lot of money. Okay, here are some recent cotton photos. Thank you, Tracy, for these awesome photos from Texas. This is an example where we have Nano-K applied, and this is the picture on the left is one application of Nano-K applied alongside the grower's other products that he uses. After one application, we did a follow-up tissue analysis and did find that there was 15% higher potassium concentration in the leaves where we had the Nano-K applied. So that's great. The cotton looks great. The picture on the left is a neighboring field that's literally right across the street. That grower has a little bit different program, but it just goes to show how awesome our products are and how satisfied our customers are with this. Here's another photo of some cotton plants where NanoGrow and NanoFos were applied, where we have a bigger root system and more fruiting positions, and the crop also looks awesome. So the prescription that I have for you is with cotton. Use Nano-K every 2 to 3 weeks, starting at plant establishment. And on cotton with NanoGrow, apply one time at establishment, one time pre-flower, and one time during bowl fill. And that just has to do with the different blends, that proprietary blend of different biostimulants in NanoGrow that Clark's going to get into later. That should be a great program to start with. A little bit more on Nano-K. So there's other crops where Nano-K might be advantageous. Potassium is a really big deal in hops, and so that's a great place to use it. Hops farmers use a lot of foliar fertilization of potassium as well as fertilizing in the root zone. In alfalfa, potassium can improve yield, protein quality, and feed quality. And in melons, it can increase the Brix quite drastically, if you remember to our last month's webinar. So the prescription we have here is to apply Nano-K every 1 to 3 weeks, starting at establishment, and apply that via the drip or foliarly at the 4 ounce per acre rate. Here, some Bermuda grass sod down in Arizona. Thank you, Dave, for these awesome pictures. So we have a before picture on the left. 1 week later and 2 weeks later, you can see the sod looking excellent. And that 2 weeks later photo is right now, basically. So that was just a few days ago. So that's in the middle of the heat of the summer. That's what the sod's looking like. And there was a product blend here, which included NanoGrow, NanoPack, and NanoFos. And the grower is ecstatic about this, looking great. So the prescription that we've got for sod here is apply NanoGrow every 2 to 3 weeks, starting an establishment, and apply NanoPack as needed to improve the green color. Okay, for soybean, this is an example up in Wisconsin, I believe. Don't forget it.
Minnesota, Dakotas.
Dakotas, yeah. This is a tissue test taken after one application of NanoPack on soybean. And you can see we got a boost, micronutrient boost of iron, manganese, boron, copper, and zinc. The manganese really went up a lot. And so I know the micronutrients are very valuable in soybean production. And so definitely, if you've got a grower in your area that grows soybeans, definitely recommend NanoPack as needed. Oh, okay. Hold on, let me see if I can.
If not, yeah, just get rolling. Hold on here. Yeah, just keep going. It's fine.
Okay. All right, sorry. I will try to speak up. We just got a message. You couldn't hear me very well. All right, one more for NanoPack. If you have a greenhouse grower, this is some of the data that came back from our trial at the University of Georgia. One thing that we saw across the board with all the crops that we trialed is that when we applied NanoPack, the chlorophyll and the greenness really went up very drastically, very fast. And so you can see the graph below, you have 30% more chlorophyll. When we added NanoPack to a regular grower blend, the grower blend had micronutrients, but the NanoPack just has that extra boost, and it also has the nano-shield, which helps carry the nutrients in more. Micronutrients help with plant shelf life, with plants that are being shipped, and also that green color is great as far as marketability, so that when the truck shows up with those plants at the nursery, they're very satisfied and they're ready to be sold. So the prescription we have here is to apply 1 to 2 applications of NanoPack prior to shipping plants via the fertigation at 600 parts per million to enhance the greenness and the shelf life of nursery plants. Okay, a couple more here. Next month, we're going to get really in-depth with NanoPro with some farm-specific examples. But just a reminder, NanoPro can be blended with any herbicide, any selective or non-selective herbicide to improve the uptake. And remember last month we showed you some tissue tests where we had 25% more glyphosate in the plant tissue. Also with insecticides and fungicides, we have, or you can apply that NanoPro with any product blend to improve the plant uptake, especially with systemic products. NanoRise is also a great thing for growers who want to reduce their fertilizer costs. So for example, with NanoRise in the greenhouse setting, based on the data that we got from University of Georgia, a grower could cut back their base fertilization 25%. That might not sound like a lot, but that actually is quite a lot of money in the greenhouse sector where they're spending thousands of dollars a day, perhaps, on fertilizer, and then add in a portion of NanoRise so that the fertilizer they are using is more efficient, and that can be a huge cost savings. Also in fruits and vegetables and other specialty crops, that fertilizer reduction would also come into play. Recommend NanoRise with every fertilization while decreasing their base fertilizer 25%. One more suggestion I have for you is with late season micronutrient applications in citrus and in tree nuts. Post-application, or excuse me, post-harvest is a great time to replace some of those micronutrients. And NanoRise is a great additive, so a grower doesn't have to change the product that he's using. He simply adds NanoRise, he or she, excuse me, adds NanoRise with their fertilizer, and you can get a tremendous boost of those nutrients back into the plant, and that's going to equate to a great start for the following season and a head start on the fertility for the following year. Okay, in conclusion, there's 365 days a year that we can use the NanoShield. Because aqua-yield products are supplemental and they boost the efficiency of other products, there's always opportunities to sell and apply the NanoShield.